I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice.
Do your own research.
Consult a professional investment advisor before making any investment decisions.
This show is for entertainment only. Faites vos propres recherches.
Here we are
in another episode
of the Simple Success Podcast.
And
this is financial life coaching from a happiness perspective.
Previously on Simple Success.
Know what I'd look like without plastic surgery.
What? Nothing. Where were we? Oh yeah. Pain is like a passive-aggressive memo from the body saying we need to talk. Mine skipped that memo. Went straight.
And now, just like with a previously on thing on TV, we take you directly to this week's episode. Anything is possible.
Welcome to episode 269 of our Simple Success Podcast.
In this production called No Explained, we explore the most terrifying word in the English language.
Which is? No. No? That's it? That's the big philosophical reveal? I thought we were discussing monetary policy, or the VIX, not a toddler response. Precisely, my skeptical friend. No is the gateway to smart financial decisions, growth mindset, and maybe even gourmet burgers, if used correctly. I said no to gourmet burgers once, and felt like I was having a fit of the vapors. Well, that's because you operate from a fixed mindset wrapped in cheddar. Cheddar? Oh, that's good. Insult me with dairy analogies. Very Harvard Business School of you, my friend.
It is said that by giving a piece of cheese to a woman, you may fascinate her.
Let's fact check that reaction. Saying no to bad debt is how you eliminate my debt from becoming our debt. Wait, are we talking about good debt versus bad debt? Or just your fear of debt when the credit card bill arrives? Both. Saying no to Ponzi schemes and other nonsense and scams is the foundation of simple success. But if I say no to everything, how do I create a life I love? You say no to distractions so you can say yes to meaningful life choices, multiple streams of income, green investing, maybe real estate in Portland instead of lost towns in Alaska. I kind of liked that lost town. It had character. And a barista. Well, yeah, but the barista was also the mayor, so that's too small a town for me.
We're on a voyage that has no end.
Oh, that's entrepreneurial spirit, robot lady. Customer engagement at its finest. And no one can protect your time, your energy, and your positive energy bubble better than you can. My positive energy bubble burst when you said no to buying a Lamborghini. Because the return on investment there was emotional, not financial. But emotional ROI gladdens one's heart. It can, but it also gladdens the dealership. So you're saying no is a form of self-directed power? That could be a fact, my friend. It's like chess techniques for your calendar. Well, I don't know. Olympic stuff. I prefer curling expertise for my calendar. Less thinking, more sweeping. Like we're Olympic athletes.
Sweep away the nonsense. Keep the fundamentals.
Where was I, Ruth? Oh yeah, saying no to Social Security collywobbles, and yes to pay yourself first. Well, now you're thinking like Warren Buffett, but with a podcast microphone. ChatGPT, I'm having a financial epiphany. ChatGPT? Oh, don't frighten the listeners or confuse them, DT. French speakers are going through enough turmoil as it is without them thinking they've been moistened by their felines. The listeners love drama. That's why we're the most listened to show in my imagination.
That's seriously deep.
But it's the gateway to being seriously big time as well. So no is the gatekeeper to my first million. It could be. Right now we're going to think of it as the bouncer outside the club called net worth. And inside that club is who? Napoleon Hill? Yeah, probably asking, what would Napoleon Hill do? He'd probably say he'd think and grow rich, then tell me to stop buying sneakers. Or maybe he'd want to have you try.
Financial life coaching from a happiness perspective.
Wow, Jessica just dropped the mission statement like a mic at the Grammy Awards. Because happiness often begins with that courageous no. What about when my friends ask me to invest in their space industry drone farm in Canton. You just say no, unless you've done the research and you like it. Research? Like Google, Reddit, and a guy named Alex who claims he worked at OpenAI once? Well, that works if Alex thinks you should try it. Alex?
I think he means that you should try it.
That's a shame. Alex has bravado. But bravado doesn't compound. So no is really about protection. Kind of. Protection and allocation of capital, time, and sanity, that is. I do value sanity. It helps me avoid buying too much of things during a hot market. And now, I hear you making smart financial decisions. This feels like growth. Or maybe it's indigestion.
Hard to tell.
Either way, the word no just saved you from a financial ulcer. So today's action step is to practice no. Yes, it's no. It's yes, no. It's...
And yes to what?
Yes to budgeting. Yes to vision board clarity. Yes to follow me out of debt. Follow me out of debt sounds like a cross-country expedition. And if that turns out to be true, it's going to have fewer mosquitoes and more dividends. I'll say no to mosquitoes. That's non-negotiable. A fine part of the learning you'll need, if I do say so myself. Don't push it. I'm still keeping the gourmet burgers. Okay, and we're still saying no to that Lamborghini. Tarnation. There goes my white-collar dream. Oh, your dream doesn't need a sports car. It needs discipline. That's less flashy. It's probably more effective, though. Yes, it is. Welcome to simple success. Don't get sentimental on me. I'll have a fit of the vapors again. Then I'll use that no to simply say no to your theatrics. And I'll respond no to your no. That's negotiation. Or marriage. Touché.
Decline the flashy frenzy dressed in bold display.
And refuse the gambler's whisper urging you to play.
Step back from shiny schemes that drift your plan astray.
By guarding every dollar earned beneath the sun,
you build your wealth with discipline wrapped in.
Break number 1. I'm not trying to make doubting Thomases out of y'all.
Yet you cannot tell a lie. Hey, George Washington is nigh? Obviously not.
Nor is it time for the rhyme.
But it is time for something. It is?
Yes, it is.
It's time to learn. Learn about what? Why, DT, it's time to learn about a sponsor. You know, what they make, what they do. Before we even get to act number 2? Well, yes, indeed, my friend. As our editor knows.
This is the place where your message goes.
We can plug it right in to the story we tell, so that no one fast forwards. Except from your well. We can build it ourselves, with approval from you. Taking action will do it.
Not bragging, it's true.
Starting something instead, and taking action, as you just said.
based on your beliefs.
Yeah, but still, not just knowing, but also doing.
And as I've been saying about goals. No, sorry. Getting what you want without limiting the rights of others.
That's correct, Matthew. Or yucking their yum, as is said. But still, it has to be...
based on your beliefs.
Which are that the only asset you can't refinance...
Thank you.
...is your body.
It'll all end in tears, I know it.
I knew I should have gone with an extended warranty. Do we call Edward Jones or a doctor? Probably a doctor. Or maybe our expert Stephen. He'll help us fact-check our nonsense.
Thank you, John. The body is not a fixed income instrument. It's a dynamic, living portfolio requiring diversification of habits.
So my gourmet burger allocation isn't diversification? Only if you count fries as a hedge, which you shouldn't.
Nutrition, sleep, movement, and mindset are your blue chip stocks.
I've been investing heavily in coffee and positive thinking. Does that count? It counts as volatility.
The fear of debt often mirrors fear of health decline. Avoidance never pays dividends.
I'm feeling personally attacked by this analogy. That's your fixed mindset talking there again, DT. You'll be fine.
And with a growth mindset, you can say, I can help myself by changing small daily actions.
Small daily actions? Like not having a fit of the vapors when I see a treadmill?
Do you ever wonder about sheep food? Where it come from? Where it go?
The body thrives on consistent practice. Think compounding interest, but with push-ups.
Push-ups? I prefer curling expertise with a blanket. Curling with a blanket, I mean. That's not the same sport.
That's right, it's not. Customer engagement with your own wellness is crucial. You must be an active participant.
Can I delegate to a power of attorney? We can certainly look into it, but no outsourcing your squats.
Even high net worth individuals can't buy resilience if they neglect the fundamentals.
So Warren Buffett still has to stretch? Without question. He is something of a god, but not in every department. Like you.
The body responds to stress like markets respond to the VIX. Too much volatility causes a crisis.
My VIX spikes when I hear the word cardio. Let's keep this jargon free, shall we?
Cause it ain't jargon to think good things. Like movement improves cognitive clarity, gladdens one's heart, and enhances immune function.
Gladdens my heart? Last time I ran, my heart filed a complaint with Human Resources. That was your lungs, not your heart, DT.
Sleep is your treasury bond. Stable, dependable, foundational.
I've been treating sleep like a penny stock. That explains a lot.
Hydration, whole foods, and stress management outperform flashy biohacks.
Meaning no cyber camp to the gym, I guess. Well, walking works, unless you're worried about being a zombie from too much of it.
Your body is the original startup. Innovation through adaptation.
Do I get Series A funding for a salad? You get energy. That's way better than any Series A stuff.
Think of muscles as equity. The more you invest wisely, the stronger your return on investment.
I'm beginning to suspect my return has been negative since 1998. Way back then, in the era of fast food and denial where everything seemed big.
So now we do small. Even 5 minutes of daily action can shift outcomes.
5 minutes? I can handle that. That's shorter than a Grammy Award speech. See, it's progress.
Community support also matters. Relationships improve longevity.
So dog and cat health counts. It does. Companionship is an asset class.
And laughter reduces stress hormones and improves cardiovascular performance.
Finally, my comedic talent is medically relevant. And we've always said we provide real-world practical advice.
And the mission statement of your body is simple success, sustainable habits, meaningful life. Physical rewards you can live with.
That's good. But can I still have pizza? Yes, of course. You can have anything in moderation.
Balance is key. The good debt v. bad debt idea we talk about applies to calories too.
Read, kale is good debt, and donuts are Ponzi schemes. Yeah, that's one way to frame it.
You cannot monetize your dreams if you neglect your health.
That sounds like Harvard Business School for my abs. It is, DT, but it didn't cost like that stuff might cost. Hey, Steven?
Yes.
Any final guidance?
One thing. Take action. Make it happen through small, consistent choices. Your body rewards discipline more reliably than a hot market.
No shortcuts, no hard money energy drinks, and no denial. Correct. This is the most listened to health intervention I've ever survived. And that is going to conclude Act 2 for today. I'm going to walk home, but if I collapse, there's always Steven to blame.
When markets roar with hype and promise easy fame,
resist the shiny pitch. Step outside the game. Decline the reckless bet that sparks a risky flame.
Protect your steady plan instead of chasing a claim.
By turning down the noise and discipline in view,
you guard your growing wealth all through.
Break number 2.
We know a lot about you already because we know ourselves. For example, we know that you know how to listen to our podcast. We also know that you probably know how to subscribe. So as soon as you're done with that, tell us your story. We have ways you can contact us. It involves a special link where you can leave us a message. We may have an email address for you as well in the future, and we'll let you know if that happens. The reason for subscribing? I thought you'd never ask. When you subscribe, you automatically download all future episodes of that podcast. It just happens in your player without you having to go search again. How cool is that? This means better rankings for the podcast, more attention from advertisers, and more money. And this means more and better stuff for you. So your motivation is simple and easy. Subscribe today, whatever app and from whatever place you like. And don't just try to subscribe. There is no try. There is only do. We're changing the way we look at things. And remember, that's good. Eso es bueno simple. Also remember, this is financial life coaching from a happiness perspective. Coaching happiness. Our call to action is right in the show notes. Find it and you win too. Can I simple that? Por supuesto. Of course. Just simple it.
Please make sure your seat belts are fastened and your tray tables are in their upright position.
And make sure simple is a verb like Google is a verb.
我们回来了. That's we are back.
Before we go today, let's have a quick thank you to all our emotional support voices.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks guys.
And to begin our backness this week, let us bravely tackle the process for boiling.
As a part of the ending of this week's story, finally, a topic I can understand. Water gets hot, we panic, end of story. But despite our simple success focus, it's not quite so simple as that. First, you start with a pot, preferably not one borrowed from the hospitality industry without permission. I'm adamant we use a bungalow-sized pot. Go big or go home. Moderation, my friend. Fill it with water, clean water, not something from lost towns abroad. So step one is allocation of H2O assets. I feel like the Warren Buffett of the kitchen. Okay, just be sure to use water rather than Diet Coke. I'll do that. Then place the pot on the stove and apply heat. Is this where monetary policy comes in? We raise the rates? Yes, but we do that with a simple turn of a knob instead of a big public twist and shout with Congress.
I'm turning the knob with field hockey valor.
Marvelous, robot lady. Now we wait as the temperature rises toward 212 degrees Fahrenheit, also known as 100 degrees Celsius. This is a hot market. The VIX of my stove is spiking. You'll notice small bubbles forming at the bottom first. The IPOs of boiling, right? Initial pot offerings. Yeah, we'll go with that one. As heat transfers, convention currents circulate. I knew this was a mixed reality experience.
Looks like our water is doing CrossFit.
When the bubbles rapidly break the surface, you've reached a rolling boil. Rolling like the boys in the boat. I feel athletic just watching.
Pocock paused and looked up at Joe. If you don't like some fellow in the boat, Joe, you have to learn to like him. It has to matter to you whether he wins the race, not just whether you do.
At this stage, you may add pasta, vegetables, or even eggs. Can I add those gourmet burgers? You could, but please don't.
That's good.
Yeah, I guess it is good. Probably. I'll save those for a Grammy Awards after party. Okay, and one other thing, keep an eye on evaporation. Too much heat, and your investment could disappear. Like a Ponzi scheme, but wetter. Yeah, that mostly works. Control the heat to maintain the boil without overflow. I once let a pot overflow and had another fit of the vapors. The smoke alarm sounded like the Aflac duck. Well, that's poor risk management. I should have diversified into a larger pot. Or lowered the flame. Lowering the flame feels like pay yourself first for steam. Yes, it does. And when your food is cooked, remove it carefully. With oven mitts? Or that power of attorney I talked about? I'm going with oven mitts on that one. Okay. I was hoping for hard money gloves. Hard money. Yeah, drain the water safely. This is the eliminate my debt moment for starch. Yes, that. Dispose of any leftovers responsibly. So boiling is basically having a growth mindset with heat. Yeah, it is. Finally, a good analogy. Apply steady energy, avoid panic, achieve desired results. This gladdens one's heart and cooks one's noodles. Wow, that is mind-bogglingly prescient, DT. Hey, before we wrap, I want to set up Alice to say,
Financial life coaching from a happiness perspective.
Thank you, Alice. Even boiling water can reflect a mission statement of simple success. So the secret to a meaningful life is controlled temperature and patience? That and not confusing boiling with burning. I have confused those. Smoke alarm, filed a complaint. But you don't do it anymore. You got good. Practice makes perfect. I'm going to practice boiling water right now. If it turns into some new kind of cryptocurrency, though, I'm calling you. I'll be there. And just remember, steady heat and continued listening. Steady heat, no panic, got it. Where Alice can say,
You have been listening to Simple Success with John Brandy.
which is how you've all gotten good.
Gracias por escuchar.
Salut. À la prochaine.
No robots were harmed in the making of this podcast.
No dogs were shot either.
This podcast and our other podcast are productions of Little Red Hen Industries.
Part of the Sonic Boom Network, where we do the hard work for you.
And Rishi helps our hen bake the bread by giving credit to these great people.
Techno King, John C. Brandy.
That's me.
Alter Ego, Doubting Thomas.
And that's me.
Fact Checker, Napoleon Bonaparte. Social Manager, Abraham Lincoln. Always on the internet's inner tubes whatever. Media Expert, Augustus Caesar. Psychologist, William James. Sound Designer, Les Paul.
Thank you for inventing multitrack.
Language Consultant, Leah, the French do-your-own research lady.
Goof, goof, goof.
Videographer, Ertaman Koshki.
Lights, camera, action.
Inspiration, many podcasts and other sources and of course Napoleon Hill. Additional inspiration and thanks go to Steve Jobs, Joseph Allen, Charles Darwin, Leonardo da Vinci, Henry David Thoreau, Abigail Adams, Jonathan Livingstone Seagull and the Stick Figure.
Quick disclaimer here. Many sentences contained in our podcasts are of a very dangerous length and were performed by highly trained vocal practitioners. On no account should inexperienced life forms attempt to imitate them without proper medical, jaw, and lung supervision.
And before we forget, you can also subscribe to both podcasts, join the community, and benefit from many of our techniques, including financial advice, patience, practice, and even podcast production for your ideas. Of course, you'll have to head to the show notes, either on your phone or on the web, to get the links and stuff, and all those clickable links are in the show notes. Hey, Emma, do you, Samantha, and Daniel want to tell us a bit more about this stuff?
Sure. The artificial intelligence or AI voices that you hear in our work are offered up by Google, Amazon Polly, OpenAI and ElevenLabs. They don't sponsor us yet, but we love what they do and we just love what AI can do when lovingly crafted.
Finally, you can find us through our network. We happily consider guests and consider guesting on other people's shows.
That sounds like a really old school computer voice. I'll call it Zarvox. It's definitely not Samantha, or any other modern AI.
Yeah, thanks for noticing.
And really finally, our music comes from Cute by Ben Sound and from Piano Background by Nick Simon Adams. Thanks also to AI MuseNet, Suno, Udio, ElevenLabs, and Ace Studios. The sound effect credits go to Jackson Academy Ashmore, Canoe CG, Dr. Jekyll, Joe Payne, Everything Sounds, MK Play More Stories, ERH, Sand Emotions, Big Pickle 51, and Just Kidding. Yes, that's his or her name. All on free sound. Also, languages are the bomb.
Let me be clear. This is the best podcast ever.